Yeah, well, you know, I found what the payday is. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I guess.
You guess? What are you guessing about when I'm so flattened? I ain't got enough money to buy a can of beer. I need to put together a payroll crew. Get my pockets a FAT. I talked to Bobo, and he's down. But Bobo liable to not show when he shows. He shows the correct, but sometimes he act like a spaceman or something.
Bobo's not Einstein.
Whatever. You don't have to be no Einstein to get paid. All you got is to have a heart. You got that heart?
For what?
Get paid. I got a sure get over. You know that drugstore got burned down that time? They got it all fixed up now. Drugstores always keep some money.
That's what Bobo said?
Yeah, all we need is a lookout, you know? Check the place out, make sure it ain't got badges, cops, and Z's in the back. You know, you down for that? So, what is it?
Miss Henry, do you remember an incident that occurred last December in Harlem?
Yes, I do.
And can you tell us about that incident?
I was in the store and I saw Mr. Nesbitt go talk to two men. One of them asked where the money was.
What did you see during this time?
I saw one of the guys grab the store owner by the collar.
And what did you do?
I got out of there as soon as I could.
Do you recognize any of the men that were in the drugstore?
That man, Mr. King.
Let the record show that Miss Henry has identified James King as one of the men that were in the drugstore. Thank you. Nothing further.
I heard about the robbery and the death of Mr. Nesbitt. I went to the police station. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And they showed you a series of pictures.
Yeah, maybe 30 to 40.
So the truth is, the police showed you a few photographs and asked you to cooperate with them in finding a killer. Is that correct?
Yes,
You said someone said something about Mr. Nesbitt showing them where the money was. Is that correct?
that's correct.
Did you identify Mr. King in a lineup?
Yes, I did.
Was that before or after you saw the photographs?
It was after.
And how many men were in the lineup?
I think there was about 6.
6. Only 6. Nothing further.
Is there any question in your mind that the man you identified in those photographs is the same man sitting here at this table?
No, there's not.
Thank you. Nothing further.
I'm married.
Oh, come on, baby.
Please state your full name to the court.
Richard Evans,
And how old are you, Mr. Evans?
22.
And is there another name people call you? A nickname or a tag?
They call me Bobo.
Now, Mr. Evans, do you know these two men that are sitting here at the tables, Mr. Stephen Harmon and Mr. James King?
Yeah, I know them.
And how long have you known them for?
I knew King all my life, and I just met the other guy right before the robbery went down, yo.
Mr. Evans, can you tell me what happened on the 22nd of December last year?
Me and King planned a get-over, and we done it.
And can you explain to the jury what a get-over is?
We hit up a drugstore.
And can you identify the man who gave you the signal that everything was alright?
That's him, Steve Harmon.
Let the record show that Mr. Evans has identified Stephen Harmon. Go on.
So we got the sign that everything was cool. Then we went in. We started a beef with the dude behind the counter. He came up with a gun and started shouting and stuff. King was trying to get the gun from him, and I was going for the money. Then I heard the gun go off. I looked over and saw the guy falling down, and King was holding the gun. We grabbed what we wanted and split. That was it.
What else did you grab besides the money?
We took some cigs and left.
And when did you find out that Mr. Nesbitt, the drugstore owner, was dead?
I was on the street that night.
And what happened to the money you got from the robbery?
Me and King spent it on some fried chicken and wedgies. Then we split the rest.
You indicated that Mr. Harmon gave you the all-clear signal, is that right?
Yeah,
And you definitely saw Steve Harmon coming from the drugstore?
that's right.
Are you telling the truth today?
Yeah, I won't lie.
Nothing further.
So you admit that you were in the drugstore to commit a crime.
Yeah.
And during this crime, in this case being robbery, a man was killed. Is that correct?
Yeah.
But you blame the killing on somebody else. You got a break for yourself. Isn't that right?
I think King was hired. He would have shot that dude. He didn't have to. He was the cause of me getting in this mess.
So you didn't want to do the stick up?
Later for you, man.
Nothing further.
What was Mr. Harmon supposed to do if there were cops in the drugstore?
Give us a signal.
And what were those signals supposed to be?
Something to let us know there are cops in there.
That's a fictional comment! So, did you talk to Mr. Harmon after the stick-up?
No.
How about the money? Were you supposed to split the money up, huh?
Well, once we found out the guy was dead, we decided to stay low.
Prior to the robbery, what were you and Mr. King doing?
Waiting for Steve to come out.
And you didn't speak to Steve after the split up, or you didn't split up any money with him?
I told you we decided to stay low. We would have given his cut when things cooled down.
Did that time ever come, sir?
I don't know what King did.
As far as you know, there's no money given to Mr. Harmon.
I don't know what King done.
There's nothing further!
How often does Mr. King come to your house?
About twice a month. He's my cousin.
And you like him a lot, don't you?
I wouldn't lie for him if that's what you're saying.
The people rest.
I'm going to ask you some questions. When I like the answers, I'll leave you the cup facing up. When I don't like the answers, I'll turn it upside down. Alright? So, do you know James King?
No. Yes.
When was the last time you spoke to King before the robbery?
Last summer? I don't know for sure. He's not a guy I talk with a lot.
Mr. Harmon, did you act as a lookout for the drugstore robbery?
No, I did not.
Mr. Harmon, did you discuss with anyone that you would act as a lookout?
No, I did not.
Mr. Harmon, were you in the drugstore last year on December 22nd?
No, I was not.
Are you sure you know what a lookout would do?
Yes, I am.
Were you in any way involved in the crime that we are discussing today, right here?
No, I was not.
Nothing further?
Mr. Harmon, do you know James King?
No, from the neighborhood.
Do you talk to him much?
Once in a while.
Did you speak to him in December?
I don't think so, but I might have.
Have you ever spoken with Mr. Evans?
Might have said hi. Never walked my dog with him.
Did you hear Mr. Evans' testimony that you came out of the drugstore just before the robbery?
I heard his testimony.
Mr. Harmon, you say you weren't at the drugstore at all during the day of the robbery. Perhaps you could tell us where you were.
I don't know exactly where I was when the robbery took place. Most of the day I was going around taking mental notes about places I wanted to film for a school film project.
Now, getting back to Mr. King, would you consider him more of a friend or more of an acquaintance?
Acquaintance?
What about Bobo Evans?
Acquaintance?
And about Mr. Cruz?
Acquaintance?
Nothing further.
King, Harmon, you got a verdict? Let's go.
They got a verdict this morning.
What do you think?
I hope it's one we want to hear. No matter what it is, we can continue your case. We can appeal. You okay?
No.
Everyone here? Is everyone here?
I think so.
Prosecution ready?
Ready.
Defense?
Ready.
Bring in the jury.